As you can see, lesson 4.6 will teach us how to add and subtract with mixed numbers. So to add and subtract with mixed numbers, we're going to find the least common multiple of the denominators, and we're going to add the fraction part, and then we're going to add the whole number. So we'll add the whole number part and we'll add the fraction part. Now sometimes it's going to be necessary to rename our answer in lowest terms, and sometimes we're going to have to we'll have improper fractions that we'll have to change to proper fractions. So we'll see what this looks like in these first few. You don't need to rush through these. We're just going to go ahead and add them. So here we go. So these have common denominators. We don't need to find the least common multiple because they're all in twelfths. So what we're going to do is we're going to add the whole numbers. So we have 1 plus 3. Those are the whole numbers. And then we're going to add the fractions, 11 twelfths plus 7 twelfths plus 9 twelfths. You don't necessarily have to write it like that. We're just using the commutative property and kind of the associative property where we're grouping things together. But 1 plus 3 is 4. And then 11 twelfths plus 7 twelfths plus 9 twelfths. What actually I would do is add 11 and 9 first to give me 20, plus another 7 is 27 twelfths. And now I have to change that 27 twelfths into a mixed number. So we think, and you might not have to write this out, 12 into 27 is 2 times. That's 24. And so this is 2 and 3 twelfths. Well, 4 plus 2 and 3 twelfths is 6 and 3 twelfths. And we're checking our fraction here. Is this in lowest terms? It is not in lowest terms. Each of those can be divided by 3. We don't do anything with that 6. The 6 is 6. We're just looking at the fraction. Divide both of those by 3, so we have 6 and 1/4. Next one, we're going to add the 9 plus the 4. And again, we could have done that in our head. And we're going to add the 2/3 and the 3/4. 9 plus 4 is 13. 2/3 and 3/4. Well, they are not like denominators. So what's the common multiple of 3 and 4? Well, that's 12. So to get 3 to be 12, we have to multiply by 4. And if we multiply the bottom by 4, we need to multiply the top by 4. Over here with a 3/4, to get 4 to be 12, we need to multiply by 3. So we need to multiply the top by 3. So we're renaming those fractions so they're like fractions. So this is 8 twelfths plus 9 twelfths. So now we still have this 13 here plus 17 twelfths. 17 twelfths, probably can do this in our mind here. We got, this is still our 13. 12 goes into 17 once. And we have 5 twelfths left over. Again, if you can't do that mentally, you're doing 12 into 17 is 1. Subtract, you get 5. So 1 and 5 twelfths. Well, 13 plus 1 and 5 twelfths is 14 and 5 twelfths. The 5 twelfths is in lowest terms. Here we have 3 more. These are just written vertically. So we have 10 and 2/3 and 3 and 1/6. Well, these are not the same denominator. So we'll go ahead and get them to be the same denominator. Out of 6 and 3, the common denominator is 6, so we'll multiply this by 2. So a lot of times what people would like to do is just rewrite this whole thing. We're going to have 10 and 4/6 plus 3 and 1/6. We add the fractions, that is 5/6 and 10 and 3 is 13. Can we do anything with that fraction of 5/6? It's proper fraction. It can't be reduced. So 13 and 5/6 is our answer. Part D. We have a fifths and a fourths. Well, they are not like denominators. So the top, we're going to, well, I should say the common multiple of both of those is 20. So to get 5 to be 20, we have to multiply by 4. So we have to multiply the top by 4 as well. Down on the second part, we have to multiply 4 by 5. And the 3 by 5. So this is going to be 7 and 12/20 plus 2 and 15/20. Adding those, 15 and 12. 12 plus 15 is 27/20. 7 plus 2 is 9. Now this 27/20, that's not acceptable to leave it like that because we have this fraction part is improper. So we can do 20 into 27. We know that goes once with a remainder of 7. So that 27/20 is actually 1 and 7/20. Well, what do we do with that? Well, we take this 1 and you add it to the 9, which is 10. So we have 10 and 7/20. Last one here for adding mixed numbers. 19 and 3/8 plus 13 and 7/12. We need to find a common multiple of 8 and 12. Well, let's count by 12s. 12, 24, and already we're at 24, which 8 does go into 24. So 8 times 3 gives me 24, so I have to multiply the top by 3 as well. And then for the bottom, to get 12 to be 24, we're going to multiply by 2 and 2. Well, this gives us 19 and 9/24 plus 13 and 14/24. Combining those, 9 plus 14. 9 plus 14 is 23. 24ths. 19, well, 9 plus 3 is 2. Add the 1. So we get 32. And 23/24. That fraction there is fine. So that is our answer. 32 and 23/24.